So it turns out that Artie Lange, he is Howard Stern's sidekick, tried to kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
He stabbed himself with a knife 9 times. 6 were described as hesitation wounds, and 3 of them were deep plunges.
Jesus. All right. Now, here's the deal. I had this whole thing ready on Artie Lange because I saw he was hospitalized, right? And this was before we found out that he tried to kill himself. And I was going to go on an ode to Lange, if you will, okay? Mm-hmm. As I said, look, this guy lives hard, right? There's no question about it. Everybody knows it. That's his whole shtick, right? And it's not a shtick. He really does live hard. Now, he's got some addiction issues to go along with that. But there's something admirable in his freedom, right? He doesn't follow any of the rules, etc. Now, would I live that way? No, I wouldn't live that way. I don't live that way, right? So I obviously think it's not the right way to go for me. But when I see him and he's a little out of control, a part of me thinks, you go get him, Artie, right? This is what I was going to tell you before I found out what actually happened.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out, yeah, no, there's not much admirable in that kind of quote-unquote freedom. And especially once you get addicted, well, then you got no freedom at all. Actually, you're a slave to that, whatever the drug might be, alcoholism, drugs, whatever it is. And this is the perfect example of it because, man, it takes some kind of weird desperation to stab yourself 9 times. I mean, you want to talk about a weird way of committing suicide? I mean, dude, I don't know. Okay, I don't want to give you hints on how to do it better, right? And I don't blame him, like the 6 hesitation wounds, by the way. The doctors, I mean, it's like you're rubbing it in, like 6 times he couldn't do it all the way, hesitation wound, right? Okay, take it easy. But the 3 times, boom, he plunged it.
Yeah.
And then he survived. His mom saw him.
Yeah, his mom was actually going to his home to deliver food,
Mm-hmm.
and she was the one who discovered him, like, all bloodied up and everything.
Oh, man, imagine seeing your kid like that. I mean, Artie doesn't look like much of a kid anymore, right? But you know how moms are. It's always your kid. That's tough, man. But he survived. He survived, and I hope he gets better because, like I said, look, I listened to Howard Stern for a long, long time. And Artie's funny, you know, and there's a lot I like about Artie Lange. And he says some crazy stuff sometimes, but he's supposed to say crazy stuff. That's his job, right? But so I wish him well, and that's tough. And I'll tell you, that's a walking advertisement for don't get hooked on anything, whether it's alcohol or drugs.
I thought Lindsay Lohan was.
Yeah, well, this is worse than Lindsay Lohan, man. Jesus, 9 times stabbed himself. I don't know where he stabbed himself. I don't know why he thought that was the right way to go.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
What do you guys see as the hesitation? Because that was the description, hesitation wounds. Mm-hmm. Like you got maybe some slow ones or just real quick and you got scared and you stopped. You know?
Yeah.
It's just you try and get in the mind of what it is when you're doing something like that. Because I don't know how often what kind of suicide attempt this is. Damn.
No, I know, Jared. I thought, where did he stab himself? Unfortunately, the stories don't tell you, right? Because normally you cut the wrist, right? I mean, everybody knows this. And there's a better way of cutting the wrist. I don't want to get into it, right? You've seen it, right? But what's he doing? Stabbing himself in the chest or the legs? I mean, what's he doing? Why? It's weird. But you know what? It's also possible that he was high.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think he was probably under the influence of something, and he didn't really realize what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, and he might have realized what he's doing, kind of, but he's not thinking rationally, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't know what hesitation wounds are, and I never want to find out. Okay, so look, let's hope he gets better, okay?